Hello dear students. In my last video you have seen the formation of steam, the various properties of steam and so on. What is remaining in this part is problems on steam, that is using the various definitions and the equations which we have discussed. We'll have to solve different problems. Now it generally so happens that in the question paper, in some cases the properties of steam at a given pressure are already mentioned or given in the question paper itself. But sometimes it may so happen that you may have to find out those values from the steam table. Okay, so we have a book called as a steam table like this, and you will be using this to be on the safer side. I suggest you bring this to the examination, and in the steam table there are two things. What we have is see, one is temperature based. So if you see the chart, so the first part is saturated water and steam, that is temperature based. So here we have all temperatures and the other values. We are not going to use this. We'll be using the other one, which is what we call as pressure based. So pressure based will be something like this. So on page number 7, for example, in my book, that is steam tables by Khurmi, we have saturated water and steam pressure tables. So here you will have the values of absolute pressure given in bar. It keeps on increasing. And when you remember when we conducted the experiment, the experiment was conducted at a constant pressure. So as you can see, the second column will be the saturation temperature, that is the temperature at which it boils. So you can see that, for example, let's say at atmospheric pressure, that is absolute pressure 1.01325, it boils exactly at 100 degrees. So as the pressure increases, let's say we'll take an example of about 7 bar. So at 7 bar, water will now boil at 165 degrees instead of 100 degrees. So as the pressure increases, the saturation temperature also increases. So here we have temperature, then the specific volume which is of wet steam, the dry steam, and then we have the enthalpy values. So we'll be mainly focusing on the first two columns and the middle three columns, that is HF, HFG, that is HF is nothing but the sensible heat. This HFG is nothing but the latent heat of evaporation, and this is nothing but the total heat of dry saturated steam. So these are the three columns which we are going to refer to, which are very important. Maybe one problem we are going to refer this also. So I'll tell you how to refer these once we start solving the problem. Now here I have written a statement of a problem. It is mentioned that 0.6 kg of steam has initial dryness fraction of 0.7. That is X. Dryness fraction is always denoted by X. So X is 0.7. It is heated at a constant pressure of 7 bar. So the pressure value is also given till its temperature rises to 250 degrees centigrade. Assume the value of CPS as 2.25, that is the specific heat of superheated steam as 2.25 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. How much heat is added? That is the first one, that is the first part which you need to find out. And the second part is, what is the total enthalpy of superheated steam? Now we need to first analyze this problem. What does it mean? See, all the values which are given in the steam table will be for 1 kg of water. Okay, so now it is 0.6 kg of steam. So be it water or steam, it is not 1 kg, it is 0.6 kg. That is the first thing we need to remember. Then the second thing we need to remember is, it already has a dryness fraction of 0.7. Now slowly, if you remember this, what we have is, here water, 1 kg of water is at 0 degrees. We have heated it up to its saturation temperature. Then we continue to add heat to it. Where there is no rise in temperature, we call it as a latent heat. And then we have the superheated steam. So we know that the value of X is 0 here and the value of X is 1. That is, here it is wet steam, completely wet steam, and here it is dry saturated steam. Now when the value of X is given as 0.7, we have steam already existing somewhere here. Okay, let's assume that it is already here, because this is 0, somewhere here you have 0.5, 0.7, 0.9, and then it becomes 1. So the first part, what it means is how much heat is added means how much heat needs to be added to this 6 kg of steam to go from here to this point. Okay, so this point, the superheated temperature is given to us, it is 250 degrees, and saturation temperature we need to find out from the steam table itself. So the first thing what we do is from the steam table at 7 bar, we will initially note down all these values. So I'll just show you how to note down the values. So you have the pressure here, okay, and at 7 bar we have the saturation temperature as 165 degrees. So I'll write it as 165 degrees centigrade. Now if the temperature given is greater than the saturation temperature, it obviously means that it is superheated steel. The temperature given here is 250 degrees and this is 165 degrees. So TS is 165 and this is 250. So 250 if I see, that comes in the superheated zone. So the steam is superheated. Then we will note down the values of sensible heat, latent heat of vaporization and so on at the same this thing. So at 7 bar, we will find out what is HF 697.1, this is HFG which is 2064.9 and this is 2762. Now actually you will find that HG, this value is nothing but the addition of these two. If you add these two, you will get this value. But anyway, we will note them down separately. So I will write the values as 697.1, this is kilojoule per kg. Then 2064.9, so we have obtained the values now from the steam table. We know how to read the steam table, that is pressure based. You need to go to that part, and at the given pressure you need to read those values. What is the saturation temperature, what is the value of HF, HFG and HG. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to address the first part. How much heat is added? Okay, so we will first find out how much heat is added for 1 kg and then find out for 0.6 kg, which means we need to find out the value of H between these two. How much is this? That is for the first part. So we are not interested in how much heat is added. So if this is 70%, how much is wet? Wet is only 30%. So in order to convert that 30% also into dry saturated steam, how much heat is to be added, and then how much heat is to be added further to make it superheated. That is how we are going to see. So the enthalpy added, what I do now is H will be equal to 1 minus X into HFG, because if this is the value of X, how much is remaining? 1 minus X. This is 1 minus X. So 1 minus X into HFG plus so since I am giving the solution, I am not using the calculator. The final answers you can write them, substitute the values and write it. But here I just write the values. This is 0.3, 1 minus X, that is 1 minus 0.7 is 0.3 into, here we have found out 2064.9 plus CPS, that is this value is given as 2.25. Now, here you can see that it is kilojoules per kg Kelvin, which means the temperature values have to be in Kelvin. But if these values have to be in Kelvin, to both of them I am going to add 273 degrees. But because there is a negative sign in between, that 273 will finally get cancelled. So it is the net difference only. So that net difference can also be taken as in Kelvin only. So that if this is kilojoules per kg Kelvin, here we will have Kelvin, that Kelvin will get cancelled. So we will have kilojoules per kg here and kilojoules per kg here also. So we can find out the total enthalpy. So the superheated temperature is given as 250 minus the saturation temperature, we have found it from the steam table at 7 bar as 165 So heat added, you find out, you multiply this by this and get the difference and multiply by 2.25. So whatever value you get, you will write it as kilojoules per kg, because all the values which we have noted down are kilojoules per kg. But how much is the steam which is available with us? It is 0.6 kg. So actual heat added will be equal to, suppose this value, whatever value I have obtained it as A, let's say. So actual heat added will be A into 0.6. Now I will write it as kilojoules only. I will not write it as kilojoules per kg, because it is not per kg. It is for 0.6 kg. So the total heat, actual heat added will be this value, whatever I have obtained after getting these, into 0.6, which is in kilojoules. So that will be the answer. So that is the amount of heat to be added from here to here. Now the second part says, what is the total enthalpy of superheated steel? Now what does it mean? It means right from this point till this point, what is the total enthalpy? We have not mentioned anything about the dry extraction. We have assumed that it is water, 1 kg of water at 0 degrees. From there it has gone to 250 degrees centigrade at 7 bar. So what is the total enthalpy? So in that case, what will happen? So for the second part, so this is for the first part. So for the second part, total enthalpy of superheated steam, I write it as H superheated will be equal to Hg. That is from here to here. Anyway, I am going to add. So how much is this? It is Hf plus Hfg, which is denoted as Hg, plus this part, whatever this part is. So Hg plus, again I write this as Cps into P super minus Ts. So again from the steam table, we have found out what is the value of Hg. So Hg is 2762. So we write it as 2762 plus 2.25 inside bracket. I will write this as 250 minus 165. So again I will get some value as, let's say, B kilojoules per kg. Now this value is also for 1 kg. But what is given in the problem, it is 0.6 kg. So the actual enthalpy is equal to, let's say, B into 0.6. That is, whatever value you get, you will write the units as only kilojoules. You will not write it as kilojoules per kg, because now it is not kilojoules per kg. This is the enthalpy for 0.6 kg. So we will write it as only. So actual enthalpy is the value B what we obtain, that is this plus whatever subtraction you do, multiply it by 2.25 and add this to this. So whatever value you get is B, that into 0.6 kilojoules. Don't write it as kilojoules per kg. So that will be the final answer for this. So this is how you need to first understand. As long as you keep this diagram in your mind, you can easily solve any kind of a problem. So once you know this diagram, you can address this. There is actually this is an examination problem only. This is a question paper problem. It is quite simple, but how it needs to be addressed is just what I have explained. Okay. So we will go to the next problem. Okay. We will now see the second problem. This again is an examination problem only. The statement of the problem goes something like this. Find the enthalpy of 1 kg of steam at 12 bar. There are 3 different cases which are given, and we need to find out the enthalpy for all these cases. The first case is steam is dry saturated. Second is steam is 22% wet. And the third case is steam is superheated to 250 degrees centigrade. And once it is superheated, we need to know the specific heat capacity of superheated steam. So that value is also given. So again, what we need to do is, because the various values at 12 bar are not given in the statement of the problem, we are left with no option but to refer to the steam table. So again, you take the steam table and go to the pressure based table. So where the first one is P. Okay. So in that you go to 12 bar. So we have here 12 bar, for example. The pressure is 12 bar. So at 12 bar, the saturation temperature is 188 degrees centigrade. HF is 798.4. HFG is 1984.3. And the addition of these two is 2782.7. So these values I will note them down, and then we will see how to solve this problem. So saturation temperature at this is 188 degrees centigrade. Then the value of HF is 798.4 kilojoules per kg. Then 1984.3. So this is 1984.3, and the addition of these two. Okay, so which is nothing but Hg is 2782.7. So this is kilojoules per kg. Okay. So let's see how to solve this problem for the three cases. We'll take the first case. What is asked? Steam is dry saturated. Very simple. That is at this point here. The enthalpy of 1 kg at 12 bar when the steam is dry saturated. That is at this point. So at this point means what? It is the addition of HF and HFG, which is nothing but Hg. Okay, so directly for case 1, enthalpy of 1 kg at 12 bar is Hg. You already know the value of Hg, that is 2782.7. So this is 2782.7 kilojoules per kg. Finished. Directly you have to write the answer. Now in the second case, this, it is given as it is 22% wet. What does it mean? That is, it is 78% dry. Okay. So 78%, 22% wet is a small part is still remaining. Okay. So majority part has already become dry. So if it is given as 22% wet for case 2. Since it is 22% wet, x is 1 minus 0.22, which is 0.78. Okay. So this we need to find out first. So because it is wet steam, how do we find out the? See, what is the value of Hg? We would have written it as Hg is equal to Hf plus Hfg. Directly we would have written it like this. But now this Hfg, it has not yet reached, the value of x has not yet reached 1. So we can't write it like this. So the enthalpy will now, we will write it as enthalpy of wet steam. Hf will remain as it is. Here what we will do is, instead of writing it as Hfg, we will write it as 1 minus x we will write it as, because we have reached this stage, till here we want the heat. So it is, till here means what? 78%. So the value of x is 0.78. So HF into, so we will write this as HF, we know the value of HF here, 798.4 plus x into HFG. If x is 1, it becomes directly dry saturated steam. But now it is 0.78, so I will write it as 0.78 into HFG. What is the value of HFG? It is 1984.3. So do the calculation. So you will get the value in so many kilojoules per kg. It is, you can write it as kilojoules per kg only because it is for 1 kg of steam directly. Now for the third case, what is given? It is superheated at 250 degrees. Now obviously if we see from the steam tables at 12 bar we have found out the saturation temperature as 188 and the temperature given is 250, which means the steam is obviously superheated. So we need to find out the enthalpy of superheated steam. That means we have reached somewhere here in this on this line. So it will be Hg plus the remaining value. Okay. So what we will write as H superheated will be equal to Hg. That amount of heat anyway has to be added plus up to the superheated temperature. That is the specific heat into the difference in temperature. What is the specific heat given as 2.25? So this is 2.25 into T superheated minus T saturation. So the value of Hg we already know 2782.7 plus 2.25 inside bracket. Now again the same thing. This is kilojoules per kg Kelvin. This also has to be converted into Kelvin, no doubt. But if I am going to add 273 to this and 273 to this also, finally there is a negation sign here, so it gets cancelled. So we'll just take it as the difference. So the temperature is given as 250 minus the at 12 bar the saturation temperature is 188. So first subtract this, multiplied by 2.25, and whatever value you get added to this, so you will get some value. So this is again kilojoules per kg. So this will be the enthalpy of superheated temperature. Okay. So it is very simple substitution and calculation. Again the same thing you can correlate with our temperature enthalpy diagram and see what is asked. Dry saturated, 22% wet. Now 22% wet means 78% dry. That you need to understand. And then the third case is when it is superheated to 250. Okay. So when you are watching the video, what you can do is whenever you feel that you need to go back and see the problem, you can always pause it, go back, see the statement of the problem again, and then see the methodology, how the solution is to be done. Okay. So I am not using a calculator. Maybe if you all were in the classroom, I would have asked for answers from you all. But this I am sure this is very simple. Using a calculator, you will easily get all these values. Okay. So we will solve a few more problems later. Thank you very much.